I, and maybe you, have a problem that requires a bit of a scary change. So I'm going to explain what's happening right now, and then I'm going to help you make your mind up about the future of your own channel, or maybe even starting a new one. Here's the problem. I built my personal brand on a channel called Film Booth. You legends might remember it. And then I niched down and I started the channel that you're watching right now. I'm going to add a video at the end that explains why I made this decision. That doesn't really matter right now. I then started a program, and I called it the YouTube Growth System. Now I'm launching a software that's going to change the way businesses use YouTube called Revit. Can you see the issue? The YouTube Growth System, Revit, Revit, I can't even say it, Revit. Oh, it sounds like a toad. Didn't think about that. Revit, Film Booth, Creator Booth. There's so many names. And like, what the hell does Film Booth or Creator Booth even mean? I always hated these names. But there's a reason I had to keep them both booth related, which might help you make your own mind up about the name of your channel if you're starting a new one. And it's because of this. So I used to have a company called Business Film Booth. It was like a studio that businesses would come to shoot videos in. It's like a video booth. And the name made sense. About 3 years ago, I left it to go all in on YouTube. And my business partner said, look, would you mind keeping the channel name as Film Booth, because the sub count was helping with getting people over the line. There was like social proof, credibility from the size of the channel. So I was like, yeah, sure. Doesn't really matter to me, so I just kept it. Now, the original reason I wanted a business name for the channel was because the whole plan that I had was to take the Think Media approach. I wanted to get loads of talented people making videos for the channel so that I could then move away from presenting and build it into a scalable business I could eventually sell. So that's why that channel was called Film Booth. I then called this channel you're watching right now Creator Booth, because the vision I had was of this booth family. Edit booth, script booth, email booth, and all kinds of booths that went after multiple niches and then sold products specific to that problem under one big booth brolly, which is British for umbrella. But I wasn't really that passionate about that. The idea of managing loads of divisions sounds boring, right? So I just dropped the idea, which led me to the pickle I'm in. Too many names. But that brings us on to a question so many people ask me, and that is, well, what should you name your channel? And does it even matter? Well, this goes a bit deeper because I recently had a change of heart on this after making a rather disturbing discovery. So now I'm going to give you the answer that I give everyone. So if you have aspirations of building a company you sell, it makes sense to put a company name because that channel can become a very valuable asset, especially if you get other people to present. And when you have a fully systematized business that runs without you, it's worth a lot more. So that's one option, and that's what Think Media and vidIQ do. Another is if you want people to get what your channel is all about before they click, you can name it something that makes it really clear what you do, and that could potentially be helpful as well. So bit of a hybrid like Epic Gardening. But if you don't plan on selling or care about making your niche clear in your channel name, you might want this next option. And this is where I shot myself in the foot based on my new direction. And I realized it when I was with teenage business billionaire Charlie Morgan recently. And he jokes with me and said, oh, did you know I'm an internet personality now? And I said, what does that mean? And he said, when you Google me, it has that next to my name. I thought, oh, cool, I've been around way longer than you. I've got more followers than you. And I looked, and this is Ed Lawrence ranking at the top of Google. I don't know if you can tell, but that's not me. And then I was like, wait a sec. Ed Lawrence doesn't really exist on Google. And recently on an interview, someone called me Film Booth the entire way through, which is a brand I'm leaving behind. So you kind of want to ask yourself when picking a name, do you want the personal online presence or fame for a business name? Back when I started this, I 100% wanted Film Booth to have the fame, more than kind of my own, because it was supposed to grow much bigger than me. And it was supposed to become an asset I could sell. But now things have changed. It doesn't really make any sense. Now, I'm not going to beat myself up about something I did 5 years ago I could never have called. But if I go back, I wouldn't have called this channel Creator Booth. So to fix this, I'm going to change the name of this channel, and this is what the update is, to my real name, Mr. Lubba Lubba. I'm going to call it Ed Lawrence. So in a few days, it's just going to say Ed Lawrence. And if you want to know why I niched down, then watch this video next. Didn't do a very good job of pointing there, did I? I've left links in the description for my software and my program if you want to check that out. I love you guys. More than you ever know.
Mr. Lover, lover.